Hey everyone, it is Stephanie here with Infernal TV, and I'm here right now with Andy and Ville of Mors Principium Est. So how are you guys?
Yeah, we're very well, thank you.
Yeah, really good.
Awesome. So right now you're on tour with Carach Angren. So overall, how's it been?
It's been amazing. Yeah, awesome guys. Those guys put on a good show. The tour has been, I don't know, probably the longest tour we've done. Definitely the longest tour we've done, but yeah, it's been going really well. Really great shows. Can't complain. Yeah.
Awesome. So this past year, it's almost like you've been all around the world. You're in Asia, now you're here. So how is it like traveling all over the place and playing music?
It's been cool. I mean, really nice to see a lot of places that we've never been before. I mean, Japan we played 4 or 5 times before, but I mean, in the States has been really nice to finally get here. Been waiting for many years, so
yeah, it kind of feels like, for me, I thought breaking Japan, as they say, would be like the hard thing. We seem to have a great following in Asia, but
Nice.
the hardest thing is for European fans to get to the States, for sure. I think.
have heard of that before.
Yeah,
So yeah, hopefully we can figure out our visa, you know. Yeah, make it a little bit easier for European bands to get here.
Yeah.
So, I think if there's one thing about your music that I like, and I'm sure fans like as well, is that your songs are obviously very brutal, but they're very catchy. A very catchy guitars, and you know, like the melodies especially from the orchestrations that you do. So, like when you go to, you know, and this is just, I guess, any album, any song. When you go to write music, do you think about, you know, like the different hooks, the different melodies that would catch a listener, or do you just kind of write music how you think works? Or
I think it's everything we do is melody driven, so I think that sets us apart from a lot of bands in the same kind of genre, although I think it's important in most melodeath to have some melody there, obviously, but for me writing that's definitely key. As for hooks, like it's not something I sit around trying to achieve, thinking, oh, how can we create this hook? I think that just comes naturally. But yeah, obviously it has to be, like you said, it has to have the brutal elements, it has to have the death metal influences, but definitely the sound has always been melodic for us, always been melody driven, yeah.
awesome. And so Embers of a Dying World, I mean, it was released last year, but I personally think it's your best album. So do you all agree? And if so, what did you do differently with this one than your other material?
I do agree, because I think, I mean, of course I'm happy with every album we've done, and every album has really good songs that I really love, but as a whole album, I think Embers is I would say it's the first album that I'm like, I would say 95% happy with everything. So
What's the 5%?
there are some stuff that
I think there's always going to be things.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know if I can say that it's favorite. I think it's my personal biggest achievement in songwriting, and, you know, with all the orchestration and stuff as well, I think music, from a musical point of view, I think it's definitely the strongest, but hard to say as an album. They're all different, they're all similar, so I don't know. But I think it differs slightly because we've taken the traditional Mors Principium Est sound and evolved it a little bit more. We've added a bit more orchestra, and there's just a lot more going on in the layers that maybe people on Spotify might not notice, but if you really delve in there, there's a hell of a lot going on orchestral-wise and stuff.
Nice, that's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
And this question is for you, because when I read your lyrics, it's almost like it's a story. So when you, I mean, do you have any lyrical concepts, or when you write lyrics, is it more storytelling or more feeling-based, or what do you have to say?
kind of, all the songs are, you know, their own stories. It's not none of the albums is a concept album, but of course they all could, you know, you could put them into the same one thingy, but I mean, it starts from the feeling, you know, what I get from the music kind of gives me the music gives me the idea what kind of lyrics I start to, you know, write. So if, you know, sometimes I get space kind of theme idea coming when I hear the music, like that song.
Well, yeah, I mean, you tend to
The Colors of the Cosmos.
Yeah, you tend to write about space and mythology a lot.
Yeah.
Didn't you have that book, mythology book, that you took a lot of inspiration from?
Yeah, for the And Dead Set Live album. I got a lot of inspiration when I read different mythology stories and poems and that kind of stuff, so that gave me a lot of inspiration for those, but on the Embers album it's just, we did a lot of lyrics have been done with Andy. Basically I get the idea and then I come up with a part and then I get total blackout and then I ask Andy to help me how to continue and then he provides stuff. So, but yeah, I mean it's for me it's emotionally based thingy. It's not, I don't plan the lyrics in advance. It's just what happens to come in mind when I hear the music. That kind of tells me what to do.
Awesome. And so, let's talk about next year. Is there anything that you have planned for sure, confirmed, or?
Yeah, we have some live shows confirmed, but only at the moment we can only say that Ragnarök Festival in April in Germany. But the other ones we have to wait for before we can announce them. So
yeah, but some fun stuff cooking up. We just can't say just yet.
Awesome. And now, are you working on new music, or do we have to wait for that?
We've agreed to start writing some new music now. So
Awesome.
It's the cogs are starting to turn in my head again, and that means another year of sleepless nights and running to the toilet to record on my phone, me singing into my phone when I have a riff idea in a restaurant, something like that. It's just always the way.
Yes, this is what goes into their new albums. We know all your secrets now.
I could actually probably play you right now me singing on my phone if I could find one. It's quite funny.
Yeah, we have agreed on a schedule with our record label, but that's also something that we're not gonna discuss about details about that yet.
Alright, well, here's the last question. You can say whatever you want, if you want to say hi to the fans, or...
Oh yeah, I mean, we all want to say a huge thanks to all the fans for supporting the band and making it possible for us to get our foot in the door in America. Like, we're really grateful to be here, and it wouldn't be possible without everyone's support, and it's awesome to see the band growing still, and we just want to keep doing it and keep making music. So thanks to everyone for listening, and thanks to you guys for putting this out there too.
Yeah, of course. And thank you everyone for checking out this interview. Mors Principium Est, they obviously have a lot going on next year. They're going to start writing new music. They have a few cool shows and tours lined up. We don't know anything yet, but I'm sure very, very soon we will. So just keep checking up on everything they're doing and stay metal, everyone.